Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to yet another episode here on the Shamblecraft server. And you join me in a location that I don't think we've been before this season, and that location is the plot world. And the reason for that is quite simple. So as I mentioned in the previous episode, we have been doing another hub contest, and you might have seen this on the Discord as well. It's been going for a couple of weeks, and the voting is actually closing right now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to type voting is now closed, because it is now 9 PM. It is no longer possible to vote, so we are going to move down here. And what we're going to be doing, we are going to be tallying the votes, so that what you see next basically in this video is going to be me revealing the winner. But before we do that, I feel like it wouldn't be good competitive spirit if we didn't show off all the designs. So what I'm going to do, I don't know who made the various designs, so what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be showcasing the designs, and I'm going to be adding in the edit who made them. So starting with the tunnel designs, right here we have design A. I'm actually going to turn off the overlay so you can see it properly. Here we have tunnel design A, leaning very into the black, the grey and the red. A very nice little design here, and of course the colours will change based on which axis you're on. Moving on to tunnel design B, we will see that this actually has 4 separate designs for all the various axes. We have a cobblestone, we have lots of cobblestone, soul sand, ice pats, and some amethyst. And this is what's it called? Highlighted with various colours of concrete and glass, and also a different sort of feature block on the sides here. So we got normal stone bricks, end stone bricks. We got what looks like deep slate bricks, and finally black stone bricks. So that is design B for the tunnels. Moving on to design C, which is a very glass heavy with a lot of terracotta. Another cool little design also here showcasing the different colours using glass and terracotta. That is design C. So this is also nice for those of you who haven't had a chance to log on to the plot world and have a look to see the designs. And then we have tunnel design D, which is a bit of a wider design. The example tunnel here leaning very heavily into the nether with some terracotta to accent it. And we've flown a bit too far. Going back in here, we have tunnel design D. And for tunnel design D, the creator basically included the palette on the side here. So this is the red one, so that would be this one with the glowstone and the red and everything. And that would of course be traded for the different palettes right here. Moving on to the hub design itself, as they were 2 separate contests, we start by taking a look at design A. I think this was design A, yeah. Design A, which has a very orangey look, lots of red sandstone, some terracotta, glass and carpet to sort of accent the various directions, with some nether bricks and what I believe to be polished granite. And we got shroom lights in the roof. A very temple-y design this, with the wither skeleton heads sort of accenting this altar thing in the middle. So that is hub design A. Moving up to hub design B, which is a bit more massive. This has actually taken advantage of the naturally generated terrain that's already on the server. And these tunnels are of course just for show. And it's, I don't know, my best description of it would be underwater aquarium. It almost feels like an aquarium, except there's no water in it. We have this big glass ball with some various themes for the tunnel entrances here, leaning into the crimson, the warped, the end, and the what's it called? The moss and the azalea. So those are the designs, and yeah, with the designs taken care of, why don't I tally the votes, because this is currently being streamed, and hopefully the next thing you see is me with the final results. Well, okay then, viewers, the votes have been tallied, and we have a result. So for the hub, Design B has won it with 15 votes. A hub designed by Mickness and Rose. So congratulations, Mickness and Rose. For the tunnel, a bit more split, but we ended up with Design D, which was once again designed by Jessica, despite allegations of vote rigging. So congratulations, Jessie, on winning this 2 seasons in a row. Now, if this happens again, there will have to be some sort of formal inquiry. Coming in second, Design C with 5 votes, Design A with 4 votes, and Design B with 1 vote. 1 vote. I went German there for a little second. And yeah, the full list of creators is featured in the video description and on screen during the review. But thank you very, very much to everyone who partook in the contest. Thank you very much to everyone who voted. And I can't wait to see this hub being put in to the overworld. Well, not the overworld, but the actual SMP server on Shamblecraft Season 2. But with that, I don't know if this is work that's going to start soon or later, so that's just something we're going to have to get back to later. So let's hop back to the SMP and get on with our regularly scheduled programming. So first of all, I think the next on our to-do list should be a little update. So we are back at our community base here, mostly because I was picking something up and I used the wrong portal, per usual. But what I wanted actually to show you is the work that has been going on. So first of all, NJ has started doing more work here on the villager area, so that is starting to look really good. And in terms of our base, Sammy has actually done a lot of work over here that I wanted to show you. And what? Ooh. Oh. Bloody Canadians. Oh, I get this. It's a baseball bat, because Space wants to beat me to half to death with a baseball bat. Enter here. Oh god, this is going to blow my base up or something. Don't see any redstone. Oh, I'm scared now. Don't see any redstone on it. Egg. I accidentally broke your raw diamonds field a bit. And a chest of bread. But why? These bloody Canadians, man. Well, thanks for the free wood, I guess, but... Oh, no. Not only do I have Muirin placing bamboo all over my base, which I did record a clip of, but I can't remember if I included it previously. Now I have... you know, this is why we can't have nice things. Good lord, I'm going to have to retaliate somehow. Actually, I have an idea. Let's do that afterwards. But first of all, let's head down into our base, because what I wanted to do was to show you some of the work that Sammy has been doing. Because, as you will remember from previously, we started working on a storage system. And what Sammy has been doing is really improving out the looks of it. So, okay, we need to spawn proof this still. So, one thing you may notice is that we now have this gorgeous... Let me just murder these very quickly. What we have... Oh, and another one. Great. We need to spawn-proof this area. Well, what you might be noticing here is that I'm currently murdering the slime on this very exquisite aquarium floor that Sammy has constructed. So, a while ago when me and Sammy started planning this out, we spoke briefly about maybe having a aquarium floor, and Sammy went ahead and built this on stream. So if you haven't, Sammy doesn't make videos, but she does, however, stream. So make sure you check out Sammy in the video description, where you can find her Twitch. But yeah, look at this. This is gorgeous. The use of like coral and the flowers and everything down here, it looks absolutely amazing. So well done, Sammy, on this aquarium floor. It looks really, really good. The only issue is, of course, that the fish keep swimming up, because you see you can swim in the aquarium if you want. So you can swim with the fishes. The problem is that the fish are swimming out and then dying. So we might have to do something about that. But anyway, that is the roof. So that is, well, not the roof, the floor. So look at that. That is very, very gorgeous. I'm really, really happy with how this has turned out. So thank you very much, Sammy, for all the great work you're doing here. So this is, of course, as you probably know, me and Sammy's shared base. So we sort of try to take advantage of the things we're good at. Another thing Sammy's really good at is these compact little farms. So Sammy has also made a cactus farm that is very sort of... It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it is very effective with what we want. And she's also set up this sugarcane farm over here that also produces a bunch of sugarcane. So in addition to the zombie and the skeleton and the various other bits, we now have a cactus farm and we have a sugarcane farm. And yeah, overall, we really, really have a fairly decent setup here now. But of course, we do need to finish the storage system. That is on my to-do list. I just simply haven't had time. As you might be able to tell, this episode has actually been recorded across a very big span of time. And the reason for that is that, well, first of all, I've been extremely busy with work, and also been very busy because of my wife's recent diagnosis of ME, chronic fatigue, which I did cover in our Discord post. I will put a link to my Discord in the description. The Cowther. And also been very busy with work, yeah, and just to sort of round it off, when I finally got some days off to do recording and stuff, then, well, Edmund got sick, so yeah, that was another 4 or 5 days gone. But I'm hoping now that I do have a little bit of time going forward so that I can get more projects done. However, it is quite likely that unlike Season 1, where I basically had a fairly solid stream of videos, there will probably be a bit less this season, and I'm actually going to do a little walk and talk to cover that, because I want to head over to the Nether and show you the progress that is going on the Nether Hub. But yeah, so one thing that has changed for me between Season 1 and Season 2 is that, well, my IRL situation has changed a bit. As I have discussed in my Discord and elsewhere, the family situation has changed a bit with my wife getting a diagnosis and not really being able to work, meaning I have to sort of do a little bit more to make sure that we get by. And while this isn't an issue at all, it does mean that I don't have as much time as I want to do other things. However, I am very glad to see that the others on the server are not affected by my lack of time. And if you take a look here, you will see that the dome that you saw earlier in the episode has been mostly completed. That basically leaves the interior. That still needs to be done. But the dome itself is pretty well underway. Of course, the next thing we need to do, we need to install the new tunnels. And as you can see, Mick and the others have been making, they've sort of marked off the size that we're going to need for the tunnels. And for those of you who don't remember how the tunnels look, then you can basically, well, you can basically just skip back in the episode and you'll see them. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this finished in this episode. Actually, I doubt I will be able to do that in this episode. But once this is done, we will get back to it. But of course, due to my lack of time and availability, I sadly don't have any fancy time lapses this time. But I hope to show you an update in not too long. So yeah, that is the Nether Hub. It has really started to get there, so congratulations once again to Mechanus and Rose for the winning hub design, and congratulations Jessica once again for the winning tunnel design. But yeah, as I was saying, and we're actually going to walk back to, we're actually going to head to spawn for this. So another thing is that for Season 1, I took a lot of time. Well, I elected to use a lot of time to do streaming and to do video editing, or video creation. And what I've noticed is that I just don't really have that. I'm still sort of reeling a little bit from the burnout that I had earlier, and I honestly don't really feel that super psyched. And yeah, is this going to change? I hope so, but what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to, for Season 1, one of the mistakes I did, and I have covered this previously, one of the mistakes I did for Season 1 was sort of I pressured myself into making videos that I didn't really feel like making. So for Season 2, I'm probably going to sort of elect to take more of a less videos but more fun approach. And one of the things I have been doing, actually, the last week or two, is I've actually just been playing Minecraft. I've been playing Minecraft without recording, and it's been extremely peaceful. But one thing I want to check now is, have we sold anything? We have. We have actually sold. We've actually sold all our cobbled deep slate. We haven't sold any of the regular deep slate. Ooh, and we've actually sold 3 shulker boxes as well. So that's 40 diamonds worth. That's pretty good. But that means we need to restock. So we need to get more cobbled deep slate. So we'll do that later. So yeah, that is actually more sales than I anticipated. That is very cool. But yeah, so because of that, I mean, and this is of course the sort of thing like, feel free to unfollow, feel free to do whatever you want. I mean, I'm not in this full time. Being a full-time content creator is not something that is even remotely feasible for me. So there are going to be less videos, there are going to be less streams. I honestly don't even know if I am going to be streaming anymore. So yeah, that is something that you could keep in mind. So if you like, don't be surprised if there's like 3 weeks between videos, because they simply are not even remotely on the top priority list for me right now due to everything going on. But yeah, let's head back into the Nether before we die. And yeah, once we get back into the Nether, what we're actually going to do, we are going to head over to our base and get some supplies, because I have a little idea for something we can do to our friendly Canadian. Well, okay then, I think this is basically the supplies we are going to need. So why don't we pick those up? And let me see, Danville is east, I think. Yep, so let's head east over to Danville. And you see, the thing over at Danville is that they built a base with a very particular design. You see, the friendly people over at Danville, Norway, has decided to model their base on my house. And when I say my house, I don't mean my Season 1 base, my Season 0 base, or my Season 2 base. No, my actual house. So, I think it's just fair that, you know, this is my house. I think it's time we move in. So, why don't we put down our little kit here? There we go. And with a little flick of the wrist, we have ourselves a refurbished and, dare I say, quite good looking little house here. So let me give you a tour of the place. First of all, we have retrofitted the garden with a bunch of sweet berries and acacia, as I know they are not to the liking of resident Canadians. We've also put up some Norwegian flags. We have fixed the windows that were the wrong colour, and we have put doors with locks on them. So this house is now locked from the inside. We have, of course, kept the guest room because it's working as intended with this very, very good looking polar bear. And downstairs you will see that we've gone for some Norwegian style carpet. We've put in a nice little kitchenette with some storage here. We have a nice little dining table with an acacia sapling. We have some bookshelves here and there. We have a cozy little fireplace. And of course we have a lovely, lovely sofa that we can sit in. And if we do this, I should be able to sit down. There we go. Right, look at that. It's a great view. It's a great little house there. I mean, I could get used to living in this house. I mean, I do live in this house. I'm actually sitting in this house recording this. Minecraft is a silly game. I wonder if the incessant use of acacia trees is going to affect the property value.